title. How did you take that? What's this week been like?
Hey, you were right. Everyone showed up. It kind of flew by, honestly. There was a lot to do this week. This is a really big weekend for us. You know, Kansas didn't really go as planned, obviously with the failure. So we had a lot of things to try and figure out for this race. Just with this car and really going on with the data that we have, you know, just seems like it's got a lot of grip, and we're going to find out in about 30 minutes. So that's how this kind of playoffs have been. You know, we've been able to stay really busy and keep the noise out and stay focused on the task at hand.
What was the meeting like? Richard said he met with you about an hour before the announcement. What was it? What was it like? And was it tense? Was it?
No, it wasn't tense. He just was filling me in on what was going on, and yeah, I understand because I'm moving on. So yeah, all good.
Were you surprised that he gave you such a short notice and that you were going to give up the 8 next year, or?
None of it surprised me, honestly. Yeah.
So it's okay with you? I mean,
yeah, in some ways. I mean, you know, I'm going to be moving on in 2024 to a new group of people, new team. So it's a unique challenge to be able to kind of go through that next year with a new group of people. And I mean, I think if anything, it'll probably help me when I move on to the next place, kind of getting used to working with different people and going through that process.
Do you see any way that you might be racing somewhere else as opposed to Childress next year?
I mean, it's out of my hands. As I've said to everybody, I've intended on finishing what I agreed to do at RCR, and I want to see that through the end, whether it was with the 8 car or whatever car it will be. Richard has told me he will share a lot of those details, or the details that we get.
Certainly from the outside looking in, with not having your crew chief next year and with the success you have, it could be easy to see that, you know, this team's being pulled apart. You're going to get the C equipment or the third best stuff of the things next year. Whether it's third best crew chief, third best car, third best equipment. How do you look at that, or what do you say to people who think of that, looking from outside in, losing your crew chief and some of the changes?
Well, I mean, the next gen cars are all pretty spec, right? It's all the same stuff, so I think they can roll that one out pretty quickly. But I've gotten to run a different, number of different Xfinity teams the last couple of years. Got to work with Patrick and the guys Big Machine Racing this year a little bit. Worked with Power Motorsports the year before that. So I've had the opportunity to work with different people. I have to figure it out quickly and go. So who knows how it'll go, but it's been fun to be able to go work with other people and have to learn a lot about each other really quickly. So I feel like on the I don't know, it's the bonding or the character side, getting the team together, I feel like it should come together good because as Randall and as a number of people pointed out, I worked really hard and really wanted.
Do you think that you can learn from Kyle, and that working with him for a year, you guys will be at each other's throats, very competitive? Because people think that. Or do you think that you will learn from him and that'll be a good experience before you move on?
Yeah, I mean, no one's won more NASCAR races than him, so that would be a very, very, that's going to be fun. That's going to be exciting. I never know how it ever happened, right? But I've always hoped one day I could be his teammate because he's an incredible race car driver, has accomplished a lot. The way he looks at racing, a little bit I know it's very interesting, and looking forward to learning more about that.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check one of those 2 videos out that we have right beside you. Visit Frontstretch.com for more great content.